Well, guys, it looks like I was wrong. So the Star Wars HasLab, the Cantina, has officially been backed.
Oh, would you look at this?
It is currently just under 9,800 backers. It needs 11,000 to hit tier number 1, which is a brand new updated mold of Greedo, which is, from my understanding, a figure they've had produced about 3 times now in the 3/3/4 scale figure line. So boy, oh boy, did my video catch a lot of attention. Guys, the video initially was about the HasLab Cantina not backing. Essentially, my main argument was this. Everything that has backed so far for Star Wars has been a vehicle or a spaceship. So my thought process was, I really think they should have stuck to that formula. I went ahead and made an argument how I feel like there's a particular Black Series vehicle that could kind of reignite the Black Series line, which was the AT-ST. Now, people did educate me pretty well. I've learned a lot since my last video. And keep in mind, guys, the videos are for fun. I made it really clear in my first video that even though I was predicting and assuming it would fail, I didn't want it to fail. I'm happy this is funded and it's been backed. It is a really cool piece. I'm personally not backing it just because it's not for me. I do collect Star Wars, but not really the vintage line. I dabble a little bit into the Black Series, very, very small. But guys, here is what I've learned from my previous video. So as I already mentioned, there was a lot of, well, let's just call it what it is, dick that went into my comment section, just going crazy on trying to say that I'm doing things for views, or I'm doing it for this, I'm doing it for that. Let's get one thing straight, guys. If you're doing YouTube, for the most part, you're doing it for fun. Especially, let me tell you something, if you're doing, adult collecting toys as grown-ups, there's no money here. I tell you that right now. So it's all for fun. I want to do it for fun. I like to do a little bit of communication back and forth between myself and the viewers. I try to respond to almost all comments. And that's sort of the purpose of my initial video. Now, I do want to shout out to one particular gentleman. Shout out goes to, I believe his username was July through November. So it was July, spelled July, through, and then NOV. Not sure what that means, but he made some really excellent points, and awesome enough, he wasn't a dick about it. He pointed out that I had very little research and experience in the Star Wars Hasbro community, and he's not wrong. He pointed out that all the Black Series HasLabs were the ones that indeed failed. It's actually the vintage series that has been backed in previous HasLab funding. Now, there's a whole other video I can make on that, because while he is accurate, I think Black Series has failed, not necessarily because it's a Black Series and it's 12 scale. I just think a lot of the things they offered just didn't make sense, minus the Rancor, which was a very close, let's call it, race. But citing my previous video, one of my best examples is the lightsaber. Why on earth would a lightsaber be a HasLab? That makes zero sense. So Ryan, who I was watching on Toy Anxiety, made a lot of excellent points. He really did point out how, the reason why this was going to be successful is because Hasbro understands that the TBC line is the line that the Star Wars collectors, at least their fan base, collects, which makes a lot of sense. Case in point being me, someone who dabbles into Star Wars for Hasbro, being the Black Series. I've definitely got more into 6-inch figures, but case being, he's making a lot of sense. So Ryan from Dole kind of went into how a lot of people have been waiting for something like this to come out. They've been collecting the TBC line, the 3 3/4-inch line, for years now, and this is the perfect playset, if you want to call it that, or diorama, whatever you want to refer to it as, for that particular collector. And case being, he's right, it's been backed. Now, what I really think helped this is they actually did another video, I don't know if you saw it, where the Hasbro team went ahead and set up this particular diorama in a standard bookshelf like the one behind me, and they were able to utilize 2 different shelves to break up the Cantina so you could see how you could display it in your standard setup, because obviously a lot of issues we're running into as collectors, especially with HasLabs, which are typically something that takes up a lot of space, is, well, that's it, space. So I think another thing that made this a very successful, I won't say very successful campaign, but a successful campaign was that video. Even I was like, oh, that's kind of pretty cool. And if I did collect the TBC line, or just the 3 3/4 lines in general for Star Wars, I honestly probably would back this. It is pretty cool. I'm not going to dive into too much into price. you can make the argument that it's expensive, but I think it's within reach. I mean, I think HasLab, as long as they don't succeed that $500 mark price point, they should be backed if the demand is there. Obviously, I think the sweet spot's more at $350 in my personal opinion. But nonetheless, I think it's within reach for a lot of collectors, particularly Star Wars collectors, which is a pretty big IP. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up this video. The point of this video was to follow up on my previous video, which was my most viewed video so far. This is a new channel. Got lots of views, lots of comments. I had a lot of fun engaging with all you guys and gals, as you know, in reference to this HasLab Cantina. And I look forward to engaging in you guys in this new video. But once again, it's a follow-up to discuss why I was wrong. And I want to know, A, guys, did you actually back this? And B, where do you think this is going to hit next? Do you think it's going to even hit tier 1, which is 11,000 baggers? I think it's within reach. You know, we still haven't had that last day spike, which is things are really going to fly up, where people that have FOMO, or even maybe other stores that want to go ahead and pick it up to potentially flip it down the road. So we should see a nice little spike. I do think my new prediction, if I may make one, is that it will hit the 11,000 marker. We shall see. So comment below, and if you made it this far into the video, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to see more great video content just like this. I will see you guys in my next video. Take it easy. I'm out. Peace.